Good morning, guys. So today we are exploring an opportunity to do some of the basic tasks with respect to the AWS EC2 instances with the help of the AWS command line interface. We will be exploring some of the default tasks like creating instances, starting, stopping those instances, try to see the status of those instances, and we will also try to create some of the security groups, associating those security groups with those instances. We'll try to create some of the inbound connections, and and we will also try to create some of the images from the instances which we could use later on. So these are some of the stuff. So without any delay, we will get that particular thing started. Okay. So the first task, we will start with the creating the instances. AWS, yeah, AWS run. It's easy to run instances. So we will be mentioning the image ID, and most probably we will be using the image ID which is available in the free tier, as we are using the test environment. So I have handpicked some of the image IDs, and I will be using the same. So this is the image ID I'm going to use, and I will also mention the instance type t2 dot micro. Uh, Again, this is a test environment, and this instance type is available in the free tier, and I will be initializing this instances in the region US East 1, and so at this point in time, it's very important to associate whatever the instance we are trying to launch with one particular key pair. Else, we will not be able to establish any particular connection with the help, whatever the connection, we will not be able to establish any connection with that particular instance which we are launching. So we need to make sure that that happens. And we can also try to associate this instance with a security group. Let's say security group, and yeah, so we have successfully initialized this particular instance, right? So for example, normally when we initialize the instance, we are normally interested in what is the instance ID. So we can do that. One more thing we are trying to do is we will try to see the status of this particular instance, whether it has already been initialized or it is still, it is still launching. So we can do that as well. AWS EC2, and for to do this, we will be exploring two of the commands, describe instance. So before I do that, I would be interested in the instance ID, and which I will just record it so that I can use it in the future. So just give me a second. So this is the instance ID which we have just launched. Okay, so I will just make a note of it. Yeah, so if I describe instance status, if I can use this instance ID, and I will just give the instance ID, and I'm just interested whether it has already been launched or not. So first of all, see that what this particular command does. We will be getting some kind of the metadata with respect to the status as well. You can see the status is initializing as of now, and we can validate the same in the AWS management console as well. So I will just navigate to the management console. Just give me a second. So yeah, so we have already made a note of the instance ID. This is the instance ID which I'm highlighting as of now, and you can see the same instance ID should be initialized by now. You can see the status as initializing as of now, and this is the instance status we are talking about. So what I'm saying is, normally we can check the status of the instance ID, and we are only interested whether this particular instance has already been initialized or comes up in the running status or not. So we can use this particular command, and it's within single quotes, the name. As you can see, this particular instance has been successfully launched. Okay. So we will go ahead and we will use one more command which will give us even more details with respect to the metadata of whatever the security groups or whatever the VPC ID that has been associated with the instance we have launched so far. So we can use this particular command as well. EC2 describe instances, instance ID again, and instance ID is again this one. So this time you can see there is a lot more information which has been which has been retrieved by this particular query. So we can make a use of this particular command either as well. So we will move next. Now we will move on to creation of some of the security groups, and we will also try to associate these particular security groups with these particular instances. So let's go ahead. AWS EC2 create security group, and let's say the group name is logs ELK server, right? Security group, and group name ELK server. So let's say the security group name is ELK server as of now, and we can also give the description ELK. Yeah, so this is the group ID which, so maybe if we want, we can record this particular group ID, but not needed. We can anyways retrieve later on as well. I will be creating one more security group, ELK client. ELK client. So we have created both the security groups. Okay. So the next what we are looking at is we will try to create some of the rules with respect to this particular security groups, and we will allow some of the inbound connections in these. So as of now, this particular security group is not associated with any instance as of now, but we will try to associate this particular security group instance little later, or we will try to launch subsequent instances by associating with the security group at the very first place. But let's look at as of now how can we create some of the rules which will allow some of the inbound connections for all the instances which might be or which are associated with this particular security group. So let's get started with that. AWS EC2 authorize security group ingress, EC2 authorize security group ingress. Now I need to give the group name. Group name is ELK server, and I need to mention the protocol which I will be using. The protocol we will be using is TCP. We also need to use the port number. So before I do that, I just wanted to show you what we are trying to do as of now. So if you can just have a look at this particular notepad file. So we are creating these inbound connections. As you can see, we will be creating an inbound connection for this particular instance in the port number 5601, because we are trying to configure this instance for to be acting as a Kibana web interface, and we will also be allowing inbound connection on the port TCP 9300, and similarly all this kind of the stuff. So let's get started with this. So TCP, and the port number is 5601. 5601. This is the port number, and we also need to mention the CIDR range. CIDR range. Since this is a test environment, I'm just giving the 0/0/0. So I think we are done with this. So the next thing, we again need to create one more inbound connection from the port number 9300. So let's do that. 9300 cider. Okay. So the third thing is we are again trying to allow the inbound connection at port number TCP 5000, but this time we just need to so we will not be giving the CIDR range which is as default. We will only be giving the CIDR range which is associated with the security group which you can see. So we have created one more security group, ELK client. We will try to configure that security group. So the port number which we will be using is 5000, and so let's do that. I am making some of the changes. 5000, and we need to remove the CIDR range. In spite of that, we will give the source group, and source group for us is at this point in time ELK client. Okay, so we have done that, and we will be creating one more inbound connection, so again, the port number will be a little different. So this time 5044. Description, let's say ELK client. It's not accepting this argument, so and at last we just need to add one more rule ID so that we should be able to establish the SSH connection. But by default, whatever the instances we normally launch, uh, uh, it does have the SSH connection and the port number 22. But since we are talking about the security group, so let us do that. So the port number is 22, and here we need to just give the CIDR range as that earlier. So CIDR 0.0.0.0/0. So I think we are good with this. So now what we can do is we will navigate to the AWS management console and just try to see and just try to have a look or glance whatever the rules we have created, whether that is visible in our AWS management console or not. So I will just refresh this. So this is the EC2 dashboard. So I am at this point in time we are interested in security groups. So we'll just move to security group dashboard. Yes. So we are talking about the security group ELK server. So let's navigate to that. So you can see the inbound rules which we have created so far. SSH at 22, TCP 5000, TCP 5044, TCP 5601, TCP 9300. So two of the inbound connections we have created from the default CIDR range, which you can see as you must have seen if you have made any observation. And two of the inbound connections we have created from the security group, which is ELK client. So this particular task is completed. So now what we will do is, since we have already created a security group, so whatever the subsequent instances we will be creating for our task, we will be launching with the help of security group. So let's do that. AWS, maybe I will just clear this screen. AWS EC2 run instances. Instances. So again, I need to give the image ID, and I will be again be giving the default image ID. Sorry, I will again be giving the default image ID which is available in the free tier. So this one, instance type. Again, we will be selecting t2.micro, which is available in free tier. And key pair, again I will be using the existing key pair, sheet, and we will be creating security groups. Security groups will be ELK server, output text. Yeah, so I think we have created one more instance, and this time we have launched this particular EC2 instance, and we have associated the security group ELK server. So by default, it will be having the inbound connections, what we have created so far, as we try to demonstrate in this particular file. So it will be having these default inbound connections as of now, and we already have a look in the AWS management portal for these kind of I mean the inbound connections. So now let's move on to the some other task. So for example, if we want to describe the status of this instance, so this is the instance ID. Maybe I can just record it so that I can use it. So now what we are looking at is, so for example, if you want to change the instance type, so at this point in time, the instance type we are using is t2.micro. So at any point in time, if we want to, migrate to the some other instance type, maybe large or medium, so we need to stop instances. We cannot do that while the instance is running. So maybe we will try to stop this particular instance and try to change a try to modify the attribute to some other instance type. AWS EC2 stop instances instance ID. So I will give the instance ID, it should be this, and output text. Sorry, there is some error in the instance IDs. Sorry. Stop instances, instance ID, instance ID. Yeah, sorry, there is a problem. Instance IDs, yeah. So you can see the current status is stopping and the previous state was running. So now we will try to modify the attribute. So I will just try to demonstrate whatever the command you can run, but we will not be executing that particular command because at this point in time uh, we are using a free tier, and we don't have, if you can see, the M4X large is the instance type we want to change it to. So that is not available at this point in time with us. So I will not be executing this particular command, but we'll make this particular command available in the video description if somebody want to refer to this particular command. So once execution, the instance type will be getting changed, and we need to again start that instance. So we will do that. Start instances, instance IDs, and our instance ID is this one. So I'll just copy that, and this one. And as always, we can try to see the EC2 describe instances, instance IDs, and this is the instance ID rep. If we are trying to see whether the instance has already been initialized or or comes in a running status, we can always do that. Yeah, so it has come into the running status. Our task is done. So next thing which we will be looking at is creating some of the tags. Tags is normally the most most important one of the resource I would say, we need to associate the tags with all the resources which we are creating in the AWS environment, because it might help us, tracking the resources very easily for the compliances purposes and any other purposes. So let's look at, creating some of the tags and associating. Uh, so before creating a tag, I will try to show, we can also create some of the images with some of the instances. So let's create an image. Once image as a resource is created, we will associate some of the tags with that image ID, and we'll try to list that. AWS EC2 create image uh, instance ID. So let's give the instance ID is this one, and name of the image, let's see, ELK practice. So we have created one of the image from our instance ID, and I will just make a note of it. So the next thing we wanted to do is, we want to associate some of the tags with this particular image ID, so that, and we can also associate some of the tags with maybe for the instance IDs for the security groups, and it is also a very good practice. But just for the demonstration purpose, we'll be just trying to associate the tag whatever the image ID we have created so far. So AWS EC2 create tags resources, and I will give this image ID in the resource name. Sorry. Okay, this is done. And so now tags name. Sorry. Key. Let's key purpose, and we are using for this video demonstration, so let's call it a cheat sheet. I think this will do. Yeah, so I think we have associated this particular tag to this particular image ID. And if you want to list, all the resources or maybe all the image IDs with respect to this particular tag, we can always do that. So we will try to do that. Let me clear the screen first. AWS EC2 describe images. You can also describe all the images which you are using, as we have seen in the AWS console that we have some 4 or 5 instances running with our test account as of now. So if you want to list all such images, we can see those. But at this point in time, we are most interested in owners, self, whatever the image ID we have created and we have associated with the tag. The value name is cheat sheet. So AWS EC2 describe images, owners, self, and obviously region, US East 1. We are using only this particular region for our demonstration. And yeah, now we will be using filters, name, we have given the name to be the purpose. So tag, purpose, and values we have inserted it as cheat sheet. Yeah, so now we have listed, so we have got all the metadata with respect to whatever the image we have created so far. So obviously, if you are only interested in the image ID, we can always use grep command. Grep image ID. So here we have gotten the image ID as well. These are some of the things we would like to we wanted to go through. So I think it might give us a basic idea how to use the AWS command line interface to perform some of the basic tasks with respect to the EC2. And in the subsequent video, we might try to explore some of the stuff related to the use of the CloudFormation templates to launch EC2 instances, and also the other resources or associated with associate with the other resources such as S3 and security groups. So we will make a use of the cloud formation template so that whenever we are launching the EC2 as an instance, we can mention some of the other stuff as well. And since this particular video is getting on the little longer side, we will have a little bit of overview of those kind of the stuff in maybe a subsequent video. And I will be mentioning all the queries which we have used so far in the description of the video for the if anybody wants to refer. And thanks a lot. Thank you.